Hello there. Well, Macron's back, so we'll have to wait to see what little barbs he has in store for Brexit UK over the next 5 years. Now, just a quick channel update before I start. According to the MOD, which has taken over the monitoring of the channel, for the 24-hour period to midnight last night, 0 people and 0 boats came across. That's none since last Tuesday, I gather. Is Priti Patel's Rwanda plan working, or is it just the windy weather as some claim? Begs the question, though, of whether they found a new route, doesn't it? And whether UK woke activists are now making their way to France to try and convince them to take a punt on a channel crossing. After all, some lawyers' livelihoods do rely on it. Now, I really did want to see Le Pen replace Macron in the Élysée Palace, but it looks like I've got another 5 years to wait to see that. If Le Pen decides to hang around for the competition, that is. Yes, Macron won, and he'll be even more insufferable about it. But it would have been so nice to see the looks on the faces of EU presidents and other EU leaders had Le Pen got in. But I was under no illusion that she'd be any better for the UK than Macron is. She would have rightly been more occupied with France and would have played hardball with Boris in exactly the same way that Macron has. But sadly for France, Macron is more occupied with EU matters and will play hardball with the UK more for the benefit of the EU than for France. And now he's back in for another 5 years, any benefit derived for his country will be of secondary concern to him. Because many people are now saying that Macron will be the new de facto ruler of the European Union. Poor old Chancellor Scholz of Germany has his hands full with the domestic politics of being tied to Putin's gas and also not sending lethal weapons to Ukraine. He's far too busy to be worried about EU matters. He's facing the prospect of Friedrich Merz, the leader of the CDU, the second largest party in the Bundestag, forcing a vote on immediately sending weapons to Ukraine. Something I doubt Scholz is keen on doing, given Germany's huge reliance on Russian gas. Although his excuse is that if they send weapons to Ukraine, then Germany won't have enough to meet its own NATO commitments. And also that he wasn't sending them just in case it set off a nuclear exchange. And the other excuse he uses is that shutting off Russian oil and gas to Germany would damage his own economy. Now, according to the Telegraph, if the opposition parties club together in the German parliament and it ends up voting to expedite the delivery of heavy weapons to Ukraine, it would spark a crisis that could unseat Olaf Scholz. So some EU member states are terrified that Russia will win in Ukraine and end up with threatening them, while the likes of Germany are worried that Putin might lose and pull their gas supplies. Anyway, I missed the opportunity of seeing Marine Le Pen sticking one on the French and EU establishments. Well, there's always the French parliamentary elections where Macron is now predicted to lose control.